Huh?
Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I will be going over some more V3.9 update concepts. And can we hit 300 likes on this video, guys? Since y'all really liked the last one, so here is another. So now let's begin. So I'll first cover the Game Pass concept. So the first thing that follows in that category is Limbo clones. I actually mentioned this last video, but there wasn't enough details. Now we have enough details. So basically, the Limbo clone will look similarly to the one Madara spawns in this boss arena. So let me show you how it looks before I get into the detailed mechanics. So basically, it will kind of look like this. However, it'll be just a clone of yourself instead of Madara. So here it is. Just a bit little, just slightly not transparent. So basically, what it will be like is 2 times stronger than an average shadow clone, right there, because shadow clones are generally useless. And when your Limbo clone dies, it will deal damage to your opponent. It will also be kind of like Flying Regime. Wherever your Limbo clone is, you can teleport there. So that is really cool. I can't wait for this to be added. And this falls in the Sage of Six Paths Game Pass. So yeah, that would really make this Game Pass a lot better. And the price of this jutsu will cost 20,000 cash. So I look forward to that. So the next concept also falls in the Sage of Six Paths Game Pass, and it is the Tengai Shinsei. So basically, it's just it's a long-range jutsu which spawns a huge meteor on your opponent with a really wide attack range, and it will do 20 to 35 damage. So people are saying it should cost 150,000 cash, but I think that is a lot. I think it should just be 30,000. I mean, everything in these Game Pass really aren't that expensive because they're in the Game Pass. So yeah. So the next concept is the Sony Game Pass, which is called the Sony Jutsu, which will have jutsus from all 3 Sony, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Tsunade. So the only problem with that one is I don't think there's any room on the 2nd floor, and there's no room in this little widget right here. So I don't know what Collision's gonna do, but what I'm thinking is to either expand this shop or maybe like, you know, make another floor for this. So what I'm thinking is make this the 4th floor instead of the 3rd floor, because that would be much more organized instead of putting some game passes on here. Because I know he'll put more Rio passes, so yeah, that would be really cool. So basically, now I'm gonna explain the Sony Game Pass. So I'll first begin with Jiraiya's signature jutsus. First is the hair needle protection. So it will be really similar to the Sand Dome. However, I'm pretty sure it will do damage to the person, and also it costs 7,000 to 10,000 cash. The next jutsu is Hair Needle Senbon, and which is just stronger than Chidori Senbon and does a lot more damage. It'll cost 10 to 12,000. And the final jutsu of Jiraiya's jutsus is the Toad Oil Explosion, which is just like the Majestic Fire jutsu. However, it also slows the opponents down because it's mixed with oil. Now moving on to Orochimaru's jutsus. First one is Demon Gate, which is basically like Mud Wall but a lot bigger and with 3 of them instead. Our next jutsu is Snake Grab, which just stuns the enemy for 1.5 seconds and does 10 damage. And this will have a 5-second cooldown costing 7,000 to 10,000. And the last jutsu of Orochimaru's is 1,000 Snakes, which just does 30 damage, and that is a lot. And it is really close to the kind of expansion jutsu thing we already have. And this will cost about 15,000. Our next jutsu is Tsunade's jutsus. So the first one in that jutsu set is the Chakra Fist. I'm guessing we'll have like some sort of blue animation around the hand, but it will do 20 damage to the person, and it will have a good knockback. So that is pretty cool. The next jutsu is Katsuyu, which just spawns a tiny slug on your shoulder when you use it, and it'll heal 50 of HP. And the final jutsu is Spirit Cake. You basically just jump up and you cake the ground, causing a huge knockback to the players in a certain radius, which will do around 20 HP to the player. And this whole jutsu, or this whole game pass, will cost around 100 to 300 robux. Okay, now onto the new jutsus. The first one is the Shadow Close Shuriken. So basically, it is just like multiple shurikens like launching all at once instead of one by one. So like I'm pretty sure it'll just multiply over time. Like for example, starts out with 4 and then multiplies all the way to 20. And I'm guessing this will still do regular shuriken damage for each shuriken, but I think this is most likely to cost about 15k. So the next jutsu is the summoning jutsu in Eagle Summon. So basically it summons an eagle which allows you to float in the air for about 5 to 10 seconds. And something I want to add to this, like the summoning concept and stuff, I think we should add Tintin's summoning jutsu where she summons like all sorts of ninja tools. Like I think you should have like, you know how like the swords move have like, how the swords now have moves? Yeah, I think that would be a cool concept to add for like the summoning where you can summon kunais, paper bombs, shurikens, all sorts of stuff, and maybe even like maces or whatever she does in the Naruto episodes. So yeah, that would be really cool. So the next jutsu is a pretty obvious jutsu that should already have been added. Actually, it's almost useless but not really. Substitution jutsu. And the next one really isn't really a jutsu, it is more of a move. So it is like a move for blocking where you can block the person's attack. Like obviously if it's a taijutsu attack, actually all sorts of ninjutsu and all sorts of jutsus. However, when you block, you will just like the person will do less damage to you. It'll still do damage but less. And one of our final suggestions is to add a Baryon mode. However, this will be a limited game pass. Now it is on to the moves. So the first one is Yellow Rasengan, which is the same thing as Onyx Chidori but costs 20,000 cash. But one thing about the Baryon mode, I'm not sure if it'll like definitely be added since he doesn't add a lot of things that are in the manga. The next jutsu is Nine-Tail Grab, which is a lot like Shadow Possession, however you can actually hold them with a 3-second cooldown. And the next jutsu is the Tailed Beast Chakra Punch. So basically it does just a little bit more than the Senju Chakra Punch and only has a 1-second cooldown. The next one is Ultra Big Yellow Rasen Shuriken. I know, a weird name. So basically it just it's the same thing as the Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken, same damage, just basically the same thing. Next one is like a Nine-Tails Barrage. It's kind of like the 1,000 Hands in the Senju Pass, so yeah. And the final move is it spawns Kurama. So basically what I suggest is maybe this Kurama is more buffed than the one behind me, because you know it'd be kind of a ripoff if you bought almost the same thing as the other Game Pass. So what I'm suggesting is make Kurama a bit bigger and maybe more damage and maybe some different attacks in general. So that is about it for the Baryon mode. So it looks pretty good and it will cost 176 robux, and remember it will also be off sale. It will come on sale with the Rike Rini pass. And one final concept which is pretty cool, it's like a remake of all the chakra cloaks right here. So these look pretty cool. So that'd be cool if all the Jinchuriki modes were added, maybe into one combined game pass. Or maybe separate game passes, I don't know, but it would be really cool if Cole Jason could use this model. Thanks for watching the entire video, and remember to like and subscribe guys. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Join the Discord too guys.